Hello, this is Chris, and I am joined today with Chelsea.
Hey!
On your debut on the channel. Official debut, you may have seen Chelsea lurking in the background on the last couple of videos. This is the first time you're on the video, and you've agreed to help me with some reaction videos today. And we're kicking off with Sonic, so clearly the blue hair is in affiliation with Sonic, right?
Yeah, man. Get relatable, guys. Come on.
Now, there may be a slight audio discrepancy on this video. I've been looking for the last 15 minutes for a headphone splitter. I couldn't find one, so the audio is going to be coming through the Mac. Hopefully it won't pick up too much on the mic. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2019 live action remake or adaptation, whatever you want to call it. You've already seen this trailer and you have thoughts on the trailer.
Yep.
I haven't seen the trailer. What I have seen, though, and I'm guessing what everyone's talking about here, is the appearance of Sonic, which is terrifying, and I can see thumbnails of it in the related video section right now. I thought Will Smith's Genie, the first appearance of that, was the most terrifying thing I would see all 2019, and then another blue character came along with Sonic. So, what was your history with Sonic then? Have you played any of the games? Obviously, you know the character, he's a huge character in gaming, but...
History is pretty much zero. I've seen the character around. I know that he's blue. He's a hedgehog. He runs fast, and he gets gold coins.
Yeah,
gold
that's rings. There you go.
See, there you go. That's about as much as I know. So.
I was a massive Sonic fan growing up. So my uncle had a Sega Mega Drive. He had all the games. I played Sonic 1, 2, and 3, Sonic Pinball. On the Dreamcast, I played Sonic Adventures 1 and 2. On the PS2, I know when it got to PS2, it started going a little bit shit, but there was Sonic Heroes, which I played. I loved Sonic.
Yeah.
And then as the years have gone on, it's sort of gradually dissipated with terrible game after terrible game, and rights issues as well. I don't even know who owns Sonic right now. I don't even... Who makes the games, who puts out the games, I don't know who does that anymore. But back in the day, back in the 90s, Sonic was the shit for me. I loved playing that stuff. There have been 2 animated TV shows on Sonic before this, I know that. The first one, and I haven't seen these shows, by the way, I've seen Nostalgia Critic reviews who's reviewed both of them. The first one looked truly terrible. The second one actually looked pretty good and took it in a sort of, not an adult direction, because that has very weird connotations attached to it, which I'm not even going to go into. But it treated the material, it did its own thing with it, but it had a compelling story and good characters. I have no idea what to make of this one. I know that Jim Carrey's in it. I don't know who he's playing. I don't know if he's doing the voice of Sonic. I literally know next to nothing about this, but that's all about to change now because we're going to watch the trailer and you're going to witness the horror on my face, clearly. We'll talk more about it afterwards because I know there's been some things going about the appearance of Sonic and how it's being changed, but we'll talk about that after. What matters is this trailer right now. So with all that being said, I'm going to click play now. Oh, okay, the sound effect, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So far, so good. It's the legs. It's the legs, isn't it?
Gotta go fast.
It doesn't look terrible. I can tell it's Sonic.
20 minutes ago, an energy surge knocked out power across the entire Pacific Northwest. This needs someone who can figure out exactly what we're dealing with.
You're not suggesting who I think you're suggesting.
We have no choice.
Okay.
Are you in charge here?
Yes, I am.
Nope!
I'm
wrong. I'm in charge.
Allow me to clarify.
In a sequentially ranked hierarchy based on level of critical importance, the disparity between us is too vast to quantify. Agent Stone?
The doctor thinks you're basic.
Listen, pal. I don't know if you realize
I'm sorry, Major. What was your name?
Benning. Nobody cares!
It's like Jim Carrey trying to recapture his glory days from the 90s.
Meow?
Oh, it's that, isn't it? Is it? What is it? Is it the teeth? Is it the eyes?
Basically, it looks like I'm gonna have to save your planet.
It's the legs. He's got massive legs for no reason. I don't understand it.
Oh, is that all you got? No, but thank you for asking.
So Jim Carrey's Robotnik, he looks nothing like him.
Our job is to secure it Neutralize it. See what makes it tick.
So the rings are like a portal now? What's all that about? Oh no, I guess they were in the original game. There was a portal you could use.
Look at this! I took 9 million steps today.
What the hell? How is he frozen time?
Stay in there and be quiet. How much longer? I can't breathe in here.
Do you have your child in that thing?
No. I mean, yes, it's a child, but it's not mine. It's not your child.
Smells like body spray in an old ham sandwich.
Okay, that's what he's meant to look like. I was gonna say, like, Jim Carrey in this just looks like Jim Carrey with like a weird moustache. That looks. I'm looking at the dislikes. That's wow. So it's got 354,000 thumbs up and 631,000 thumbs down.
It's like almost double.
Yeah. So what I was saying before is that the director's like publicly come out on Twitter and said that, you know, he's addressed the criticism of the look of Sonic and they're going to go back in and fix it. But I don't think the look of Sonic's this movie's problems. This just looks like a really bad movie. Like this, like, if you're gonna do a Sonic, like, by all means do a Sonic movie, but just make it animated, set in the Sonic world, like the colourful, like, what is it, like Green Hills or whatever it is, like the big cities do that. But I think this might be a retaliation to Detective Pikachu, which we'll hopefully be seeing tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. But Pokemon can kind of work because you can just say like Pokemon in, you know, in a real world, and it's a fictional city and everything, but Pokemon are around there. That's kind of in keeping with the games. Sonic, just make it animated with Tails and Knuckles and all the other hedgehogs and...
Yeah, but those are the sequels.
Because it looks like when you've got Jim Carrey, like the very last shot of this where he's bald and he's got, you know, like goggles and the moustache and he looks like the character from the game, the backdrop looked like it was from like the video game kind of world. So I don't know if it's a case of they've teleported from their realm into this realm, but it just looks really bad. Like, it just looks really shit. For me, with Sonic, like, his face is fine. The teeth are a little bit weird. It's the legs. I think the legs are what do it. He looks too human.
Yeah, the legs.
Yeah.
The hands, like the fingers, are like really freaking long. Like, what the heck? They've like stretched him out.
Yeah.
For like no reason.
So, like, at the start when, like, the government saying, like, we need to send him in, at first I thought they were talking about Sonic, and I was like, is Sonic working for the US government? Because that's kind of awesome. But, see, I love Jim Carrey. Like, I'm a massive Jim Carrey fan. Like, his stuff in the 90s is incredible. Like, Ace Ventura, Liar Liar. You know, every film he did in the 90s, pretty much. But it looks kind of tired now. I'm glad that he's going back to comedy, but this doesn't look very good comedy, and he's clearly making the best of what he can, and he's like bringing his own spin to it, but that's not Robotnik to me, that's not Sonic to me, so I am not looking forward to this movie at all. Before we went live, you kept saying that I'm really pessimistic with movies. I'm right to be pessimistic about this. This is just like pissing all over one of my favourite video game legacies ever. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say. Will I be at this movie? Probably, if I'm doing a review for you guys. That's literally the only reason I'll be going to this movie, and morbid curiosity, I guess. But that'll do it for our reaction to Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you have any final thoughts on it? Are you excited for this at all? Or
no? I just think it's so weird when like they cross like an animated world with like a real like world. The first time I came across something like that was watching like a Treehouse of Horror Simpsons episode where Homer like becomes like. He goes through like a portal or something at the back of a bookcase, and he comes into like this space-time 3D world, which was cool because it was all still like animated 3D. But then he goes through another portal, and he like turns out into like a street in America or somewhere, and it just felt like really weird watching that. Like, I don't know.
But I think a lot of stuff do that, don't they? I mean, the Smurfs movies that came out are all set in the real world. I think SpongeBob the movie 2, I think, had went to like real world. Alvin and the Chipmunks did it, but I don't know. This just looks like shit. I'm not looking forward to this movie at all, and clearly 631,000 other people aren't looking forward to this either. So that'll do it for our reaction to Sonic the Hedgehog 2019 official trailer. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let us know what you thought of this trailer. Are you in the minority here, the 354,000 minority? Do you think this looks good? Do you think it's a cool idea? What do you think of the look of Sonic? Whatever regarding Sonic, anything about the games, this movie, and how much you're hating it, please do let us know. We are now going to jump on reactions for Spider-Man, and I'll be jumping on a review for Watchmen, so I'll catch you on those videos. See ya.
Bye.